Try. Hello, my friends. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, cool. Great. Thank you. So, hi everyone, dear translators. Thank you so much for doing this wonderful job tirelessly. I wish you hi, Christian. Wish you a happy new year. Who is the tech person from ACI? Ale is not here, I think. No one?
Yeah, they say Marina.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Hello, Silvia. Good night for you.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon or good night, depending where you are. Alex, and I don't know, Silvia, what do you think about telling people who you are in 1 minute for people who never see you, have never seen you?
Okay, yeah, of course. So, hi, I'm Silvia. I'm working at a German news magazine. And for about 2 years, I'm working for our foundation. I started to meditate in 1991 when I was pregnant with my son, and that's why I remember. I'm studying with Geshe Maike for 18 years, and I started teaching in 2010 to publish Geshe-las books in German. I founded a publishing house called Edition Blumenau, and I have been working for ALL as a volunteer for about 14 years. So I live in a small village in Germany, in the south. And in 2022, I was part of a wonderful team, and we started a new worldview organization focusing on meditation. And I will tell you more about it later. And I think this is the reason for the topic today, which is how to make meditation accessible to everyone, because originally I wanted to talk about the 6 Times book, but they wouldn't let me. And now we talk about meditation.
Yeah, I guess it's important to meditate.
Yes, I'm sure. Alex, your turn, please. Who are you?
Yeah, well, I'm Alex, and I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. I've been studying with Gesh Michael and ACI courses since 9 years ago, so half of your time. I have a wife, 2 beautiful kids. They already have a meditation practice. My daughter is 12, 11, and my son is 8. He will be 8 in 2 days. I have a vegetarian store, like a healthy store with my wife. It's like the family business. I work for a Spanish translation project, translating the ACI courses into Spanish. I work for DCI, translating the material and making voiceovers about the teachings. I work for YSI, giving yoga classes, and as a member of the team, like the team lead, they call it. And I am a member of the ACI Mexico board, or ACI Latinoamerica, I think. And yeah, and I try to help all the organizations like Mixed Nuts. I go to the courses. I try to be everywhere to learn everything I can. So I hope we can give you some tools to start or to keep your meditation practice today. I'm very happy to be here. And if I'm talking too fast or too slow, please tell me. Please tell us, because it's difficult. So let's start. Silvia, what about you? Tell us how you started to meditate and why.
Yeah. So like I said, I started with a daily practice many years ago, long before I heard about the pen or seeing emptiness directly. I started because I had a feeling that there is something in me that is much more peaceful and joyful and not so much touched by the ups and downs of my normal life. Because, of course, I didn't want to become nervous or irritated. No one wants that, because we are not feeling happy when we are. And I felt like I get better answers to the questions I had in my life, or achieve a better judgment when I'm connected to this more quiet and deeper state of mind. In that state, I experienced that I was able to think more clearly, which is relative, right? I mean, more clearly than in my everyday life. And I also felt more connected to myself. And I brightened during my practice. I felt always better after my practice than before. And I felt stronger and got a sense of a bigger potential of myself and of life in general. So when today's theme is how to make meditation accessible to everyone, we should be aware that there are many different reasons to meditate. And meditation is a powerful tool that can be used for many purposes. There is a study published in 2020 about why people begin to meditate and why they continue. It gives about 77 reasons. And the top are to calm down internally, to increase psychological well-being, personal development, establish inner equilibrium, collect inner strength, relax, become more serene, let go mentally, and experience inner clarity. I will put the link to the study here in the chat, because I think if you want to help other people to start or strengthen their practice, it might be worth it to have a look. So in our tradition, we do have many different meditation tools, and we can adjust them to their abilities and goals. And I think this is a beautiful way to ease in so they can find their inner and spiritual goals. So, but of course, if you already have a spiritual background, you would use this tool to reach your more higher spiritual goals, like yes, directly, and automatically will benefit from all the other effects meditation has. So now, Alex, why did you start to meditate?
Well, I think I've never meditated before meeting Geshe Michael or ACI. I've never tried it. I think just once in somewhere I was or anything like important. But then I went to my first ACI retreat and I saw everybody, you know, I met people. I saw a lot of good people, like good-hearted people, very kind to each other, very patient. And I was a very angry person. I get angry like very easily. So I was like, wow, these people is great. What do they do? And I started like to find out, asking people. And I saw that the meditation was like a common practice. Everyone practiced meditation. And this was what Geshe was teaching, like meditation. And then I got interested and I started doing it. And yeah, that's it. I saw the example, and then I had my daughter was very little. She was like 2 years old, and I like, man, I want to be like those guys and those girls. I want to be like them. I want to be a good example. And then I started, and it's hard to keep a daily practice. It's hard to do it every day and with the same pace, and with the, you will always have like ups and downs. Like I don't want to meditate today, I don't feel like it. But then I remember like I want to be a good example, and this thing helps me. And that's why I started, because I wanted to be a better person, and I met good people. Like I want to become like them. So that's why I started, and that's why I keep meditating, because after experiencing it, after a little bit, I started to seeing the changes in me. Like I didn't get upset like very easily with my daughter, with everyone. Like in my business, I started to be more conscious about how I speak, which words do I use. Everything started to go better, like my business life or my personal life with my friends. I have my mind more clear, with my goals more clear, and how to go there. So that's why I started, and that's why I keep meditating, because as everyone, sometimes I don't want to meditate, but we need to have this goal very present in us. Like, why do we want to meditate among everything else? Even not like spiritual things, or just like in your daily life, this helps you in anything you want to achieve. And I could taste it a little bit. So that's why I keep doing it. That's why I keep coming to share my practice and my little or much that I have learned through the way. So I think that's why. And I think it's very very cool that we were talking and we got into this point that you are teaching, like you could teach your mom and I could teach my kids like to meditate, and we wanted to speak a little bit about that. So how did you get your mom into meditation? I think that's very important to tell.
So when my mom got older and my father has died, she was more alone and she was afraid of getting dementia. So at that time, I did some research, and there was a doctor in the US with a Hinduistic background, and he developed meditation for Alzheimer patients and had apparently some good results. I gave her this meditation. It was with sacred sounds combined with certain finger movements in a certain rhythm. And she did it for a while, but she couldn't really connect to it. It was too strange for her, too far away from her background and her culture. But she got interested in meditation, and of course, she knew that I practiced for decades. And she liked the effects meditation had on me. So, like in your case, Alex, I tried to be a good role model. So, therefore, she already had some faith in the benefits, but she never thought she could do it herself. So I thought about what kind of meditation would make her happy, would be beneficial for her. And I came up with the Golden Room meditation, because as a Christian, she believes in angels. And I made an audio recording for her where she meets her guardian angel in the Golden Room. And she loved it. The content was perfect for her and gave her the comfort and love that nourished her heart. Her dementia has progressed, but she still has this sweetness and contentment about her. And I'm very happy about that. So I think to help someone else with their meditation, we need to have a good practice ourselves so others can see the results. And we need to check in with their specific needs, their background, and their goals. So, Alex, you taught your children to meditate. Please share with us how you did that.
Yeah, first of all, I was working too with green stretch pen, and they teach this meditation. Wait, they not call it meditation, but they teach meditation to kids and to eat healthy. And so we were all the time with Anatol here in Guadalajara, and Anatol has a little kitty, and so my kids and he are friends, very close friends. And so we started going there, and they saw us, they see us meditating, and they start getting interested. It's not like it's something very far from them. It was there. So the whole time they are seeing us, like my wife meditates and I meditate. And so it was not so difficult, because it was it's a part of their lives. But as everyone, it's very difficult. They sometimes they don't want to do it, or they say like, why should I meditate? I want to be playing. I want to be running around or playing with my friends. Why should I meditate? And to a kid, it's very hard to explain. Like, yeah, you'll be better in the school. They are like, why? I don't want to be better in school. Or no, but you'll be better in your business or in your personal life. It's difficult to tell them something that will help them. So I started to give them prizes or rights, like, yeah, like if you meditate, you can play more with your iPad. And they were like, whoa, okay, let's do it. And they meditate because they will play more with their iPad. Or, for example, I made a chart. And if they do every day yoga, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of studying some language in their tablet too, or what's the other thing? Plant a good seed every day. So at the end of the week, if they do these 4 things, I think there were 5 things, but I don't remember the other. But anyway, if they do everything, I give them money. They are kids, but everyone loves money. So I do it like that, and it works. And they are playing in their iPad and say, Dad, could I play a little bit more? Okay, but first meditate for 5 minutes. And they always go like, Alexa, 5 minutes. And they just sit down there. Sometimes I guide it. Sometimes I just tell them, do whatever you want. You already learned some techniques. And it helps. It's like a bride or like a prize. And I think we all need to have a prize for us, like to, even if it's 5 minutes, you should give yourself a prize or something that if I do this, I can eat one more donut, or I don't know, something that you like. And that's what I do with my kids. Some people don't agree, like is the other, like, man, how do you give more the iPad to your kids if they meditate? It's like the other thing, you meditate, but the iPad is wrong for them. I don't know, maybe it's wrong, but it makes them meditate. So if that's wrong, I don't know how else to do it. And I'm doing like that, and it's working. Other thing is that we do it together, and sometimes the whole family, okay, 5 minutes, but let's do it everyone together. And we sit in the living room and we just close our eyes for 5 minutes. And the other thing is to give them fun meditations, not just like regular meditations, is meditation for kids. So I start like, yeah, imagine that you are a superhero, and which superpower do you want? And then how would you help people with that superpower? And imagine and like that, like it's fun for them. It's not always fun, but they do it because they want the prize. So for me, it's good for them to know that they are getting a prize for meditation, even if it's right now, but in their mind, the seed is planted that if you meditate, you will get what you want. So that's the thing I want to put in their minds, like, if you meditate, you will get what you want, whatever everybody wants, and in the short run and in the long term. So that's how I keep it going with my family, do it together, do it fun, and congratulate yourself, even if it's 5 minutes, and be very happy because you're getting whatever you want. So that's for me, that's the trick for my kids. And I don't know, Silvia, tricks do you have to keep your meditation going?
Just let me talk about the kids a little bit more. I love those skillful means. It is what Geshe-la does with us as well, right? If you study well and know the answers, you'll get a prize. You get some $100 or 20 or something. So that's skillful means, and I think it's very intelligent to tie the practice to something so beautiful, something they like. Yeah, for them it's beautiful anyway. So there was a question in the chat about which meditation you would recommend for kids, but I think you already answered this question, because you explained a little more about the superheroes and with how they would help every being and so on. So after we talked yesterday, Alex, you told me about your kids, and I remembered another great method I'd like to share. One of my friends from MSI, which stands for Meditation Studies Institute, told me that every night when she puts her children to bed, she does a coffee meditation with them. And as parents, we all have rituals when we bring our kids to bed. And this is an amazing one. Imagine what these kids become when they go to bed, and with the parents rejoicing with them all the good little things they've done. What a beautiful, beautiful habit. I think we all should do that. I mean, it's a little late for me now, but I'm hoping for my grandkids now. So you asked how I keep my practice going and what are my tricks or skillful means.
Yeah.
So I think about the benefits, and I know very well the difference between how I feel after doing my practice and how I feel if I didn't do it. So I already mentioned a couple of reasons why I started to meditate and keep it going, but there are some more. It helps me to reconnect with my Lama or with whatever object I'm practicing with. And that's huge for me. It keeps my teacher around me, and not in a theoretical way, but in a very present way. That's very important for me. Also, we all know that meditation is not only about the hour or 30 minutes or 40 minutes, however long we sit on our cushion, but it sets the tone for the whole day. And we train ourselves to become more aware also for the rest of the time. Another thing is that after a couple of years practicing and doing the 6 times book, I know my mind fairly well. And I know what kind of meditation I should use that day. What kind of meditation helps me best? It is true that as a beginner, when we learn a new meditation, we should practice the same meditation for a couple of weeks to become really familiar with it. And then we can use these different practices as a toolkit and apply them as needed. I usually don't change on a daily basis my meditation. but I do it for a longer period of time. Still, it happens sometimes that I know I have to do a Tonglen meditation or a certain kind of analytical meditation, like a problem-solving meditation that day, or to prepare a difficult meeting, for example. Or I even do my preliminaries, and then in the morning, a very strong rejoicing meditation that brightens my mind, right? And I feel more powerful and more joyful. And also this variety keeps it fresh. And then, you know, kind of everyone knows that I'm meditating and they are watching me. My colleagues, family, friends, they notice when I'm out of balance or unfriendly or nervous. They can tell through my behavior if I have a good practice or not. And I don't want to let them down. I want to be an example that these tools are working. That's our jobs, right? So, and last but not least, like I mentioned before, for the last year, I'm very lucky to be part of an international team that is building a new worldview organization focusing on meditation. We developed a program for businesses that starts at the end of this month, January 21st. It's the launch date. And there is a lot of research we checked in this context, proving the beneficial results meditation has on a scientific level. For example, the gray matter of our brain shrinks in the normal aging process. That's the reason why it is harder for us when we get older to learn new things or to remember things. But a Harvard study from neuroscientist Zara Lazar shows that this is not the case with meditators. Their brain elasticity remains the same. So her research shows that meditation actually slows down or even prevents this normal aging process of the brain. There is a TEDx talk about it here, and I will put it in the chat because this is really amazing. And by the way, she also talks about yoga there. So instead of the curve going down, it remains straight, even in old age. So that is why we have old, wise teachers. They meditate. And in a society where people statistically are getting older, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't, as a 50-year-old, rather have the elasticity of brain matter like a 25-year-old? The United Nations estimates that the percentage of the European population over 65 will be 24% in 2030. That is twice as much as in 1990. And I talked to my friend Alex Rowland yesterday, She said the same about the US. It is a worldwide trend, of course, with some exceptions. So there are so many scientifically proven positive results of meditation that it is an easy entry point for everyone into a practice that trains their minds. Meditation strengthens creativity, yeah, because it reduces our tendency to get stuck in the same thought patterns, lessening the cognitive rigidity and allowing for innovative thinking. Science, right? Science. It's nothing spiritual, right? Just science. Meditation promotes concentration. So neuroscience found that meditation practitioners had structural changes in the part of the brain involved in focus and attention. Meditation increases happiness and contentment. Studies have shown that meditators experienced higher level of positivity, life contentment, and adaptive emotion regulation, and also lower levels of depression, anxiety, and negativity. So meditation reduces stress. This is part of Sarah Lazar's research I mentioned before. It shows that if you start meditating, even after only 8 weeks of meditation, it decreases the density of the part of the brain that controls our mental and physical reactions to stress and anxiety. That means even after only 8 weeks of meditation, there is a significant reduction in stress and anxiety. So I hope the translators are okay. Okay, great. Thank you. I tried to slow really down. Now, all of these benefits are an incentive for myself as well. And our goal with meditation studies program is to get people started. Sometimes, and this is my experience, you just need to calm down and start to think more clearly, and then you begin to ask the right questions, and that will lead you into a deeper spiritual practice. So that was a very long answer, sorry. Alex, so what kind of tricks do you have up your sleeve for meditating?
Yeah, thank you. That's an awesome project, and I'm hoping for it to come out, and if I can help in any way, please let me know, because that's a thing. And so what are my tricks? As you were saying, like, remember the benefits. And that's the #1 trick. Remember what you want to achieve. For example, I remember John Brady or Geshe Michael or Connie, that they work so hard. They work the whole time, and sometimes people at their age just are saying like, no, I'm too old to start new things or to do whatever. Like my parents, for example, they think they're old and they don't want to start new things. And I see them doing like, I will have a meeting, we're giving in Yoga Studies Institute, we're giving classes to China. And sometimes they are at 2 or 3 in the morning and Connie's there, and I'm like, what, how does she do it? I see Tim that he's everywhere and they manage to keep a smile, and I think meditation, it's a big important part for their smile and their capacity to do a lot of things, uh, because I want that capacity. I have a business, I have a family, I have like 3 works, 3 jobs. So I want to have this capacity of doing many things with my time, important things, and being happy by doing them, not just, oh, it's my job and I have to do it and I have to meditate, and not try to do it fun and with a big, big smile. And as you said, because we want to be a good example. And that's my other thing that kicks me up to meditate. Like, I'm teaching the ACI courses and they're all about like meditations, or in every course you have these meditations in the homeworks. And I'm like, I need to meditate. I won't teach meditation and not meditate. So I have to meditate. And then I drag myself to the mat and put the cushion there and meditate, even just a little bit, like to plant the seed in my mind that I am doing it every day. Even if I just go there for 5 minutes sometimes, or 10 minutes, sometimes longer, but I try to do it every day. And that's a thing that has helped me a lot, and try to do it like at the same time, like every day, the first thing in the morning, like get up, brush my teeth and go to meditation directly. Or for example, today I didn't because I had to come to the class. So I do it, but then I find another time in the day, but I don't skip it. I try to do it every day because I want to be a good example, and that is what's keep me going. And I see the benefits, and I see them in myself and in others, and that keeps me going a little bit every day. And for me, it's that too, like to keep it fun. If it's boring, if you don't want to meditate in something today, do another meditation that it's more fun for you, or just made up a meditation today, like those meditations I give my children, like, what super power do you want to have, and imagine yourself with that power, and imagine yourself walking in the street with those powers, and how would you help people with those powers. I don't know, whatever you want to improve, for example, in that day, if you are going to have an important meeting, imagine yourself in that meeting, how you talk, how would you will talk, how you will, if there's something difficult, how you will approach it or face it. That's things that you can do every day, and they help you because you're planting seeds in your mind, and that's what we want. It's not being 2 hours there just closing your eyes with your sleeping legs, with a pain in the knee, and just thinking about nothing. Is to make it relevant for your day. So try to choose something that can help you that same day, not later, that same day. You always can find something to meditate that will help you that exact day. And yeah, and keep at for example, for me, it helps in that my wife meditates too. And we tell each other, like, for example, she yesterday at night, like 10:30 p.m. at night, she was like, oh, I didn't meditate today, but I'm so tired. Let's watch a movie. And I was like, yeah, let's watch a movie, but first meditate for 1 minute. And she was like, okay, but then she started to clean and I was like, just sit down. And she was like, no, if I will meditate, I will do it right. And she went for some beautiful thing to put there, like something beautiful there where she's going to meditate. And she cleaned the place. And then she sit down and she didn't meditate 1 minute, she meditated more. And I just waited for her to watch a movie after. So it's really cool if you can have this practice with friends or with your partner and with your family. It helps a lot. Another thing for me is that I'm tired of like suffering, you know. I hope everyone here is tired of watch themselves suffering and their families, and this thing that covers everything, this suffering. So I sit down and I face my demons, you know. I see them in the eye, and I say, you're not better than me. I tame you. I will tame you with my meditation. If I'm getting angry, I will tame you. If I'm getting depressed, I will tame that depression because my mind is focused, because the dog doesn't run wherever it wants. I have a very strong leash in my dog, and I pull him back, and the dog is my mind. So I pull him back and teach the dog to sit and to roll and to give the you know. I teach the dog tricks, and I teach him to battle the bad guys that are in my mind and around me, that they are coming from me. And if I can be concentrated on that the whole day, they are coming from me. This is just seeds. They are seeds. When I walk, the image of the door is just getting bigger and bigger. I'm not walking to the door. And these kind of things make me be a good person, a better person. And because if everyone is coming from me, I should treat people nice. And if I'm tired of suffering, I don't have to make people suffering. And the only way to not make people suffering is being concentrated on that you love them, that you want to help them, and at the end that they are coming from you. And so for me, it's that, to keep my mind on the goal and on the process, and on that I want to be a good example for my family and my family for the world. So for me, it's that, to keep in mind the goals and be around people you admire. Like, I write all the time to John Brady or to Connie, or like, hey, please, I have this problem, can you teach me how to solve it? And ask people for help, because it's a difficult path. There will be ups and downs, but if we have a team, a good team, and good people around you, you will make it wherever you want to be. So for me, is that, to face your demons, face whatever is happening in your life. Don't just throw it away because it will come back. So you need to face it, you need to understand it and change the seats. And we need to meditate for doing that. If we don't meditate, as you say, we won't be concentrated enough to remember that we love them, even if they are yelling at us. We love them, and we just say, oh, I have to stop yelling at people. It's not like, oh, why are you yelling? No, I'm tired of seeing yelling people. So I'm tired of yelling myself. And that's the suffering I want to stop. Like, I don't want to make suffer people. So I need to be very concentrated and very calm and very relaxed to do it. Because if not, the ocean gets crazy and you get in the wave and it takes you wherever it wants. But we need to learn how to surf and have fun in the big waves that life brings you. We need to be surfers and gardeners and having fun, because we are here, and who else if not us? If everyone is coming from us, who else is going to do it? So we need to drag ourselves to the cushions every day and keep a smile there for 5 minutes and be happy. And at night, said, I'm trying to be a better person, planting good seeds and meditating and doing my practice. So congratulate yourself for whatever little thing. That's a good trick for me too. Like, even if it's a very little good thing that I did today, or I meditate for 30 seconds, but I went to the cushion, you know, it's seeds, everything is planting seeds. And that's what keeps me going. And that's my tricks to meditate every day and to improve myself every day.
Great, that's great inspiration. Thank you so much. So we have, I think, 10 minutes left, and there are a couple of questions in the chat. So I only can read the German or English questions. I'm sorry, I haven't seen Spanish questions. So there is one question from Dara. How does one conduct a problem-solving meditation? You talked a little about it, and there is Dara. If you know Geshe Michael's book, The Diamond Cutter, there it is explained in detail. But the essence of this meditation is that on the cushion, you take your time with a cool head to think about the problem you have from different angles, and also from different perspectives, like how would other people who are involved see that? They might have a different perspective from yourself. So this is kind of a problem-solving meditation, another problem-solving meditation, which really helped me when I first read The Diamond Cutter, is that you often have a situation with colleagues or family members or friends or neighbors, whoever, which triggers you, which triggers a reaction you don't want, right? You get angry or whatever it is. So on the cushion, you can train yourself in this situation to react in a different way. And that is really, that's like a magic wand, because usually we don't have the time and the capacity to change our behavior in a moment if it's a strong trigger. But if we practice that on the cushion, we can. It's like you know, when you're skiing in new, that's German example, in new snow. So you can with your skiers, you can have a different trace, and then it's easy for you in the situation to go that new path. So then there is, and the next question is also, can a task for work or studies be some sort of meditation as well? You have to be careful with that, because that can become a distraction, but you also can make that as the object of your meditation. Alex, maybe you want to answer that more.
Yeah, I remember Silvia and I were in a 1-month silent retreat last year, and I don't know, I was just there because I said, like, I'm seeing emptiness directly, you know, I'm achieving all my goals in this day and this month. But then my store and my work kept coming in my meditations, like, how can I improve my store? You know, it kept coming. How can I improve my business? And I was like, stop thinking about it. Focus on what you want to achieve in this island that you have. But it kept coming. So I said, okay, let's figure this out first. And I started like writing all the things that came to my mind for my business. And I stopped my meditation and went to write, and I wrote a lot, and I wrote pages and pages on how to improve my business. And then, as you said, it was a distraction, but it was telling me something, and in the clear mind, it was coming and coming. So I was like, trust in your thoughts. There's a reason that they are appearing right now. So work on them. And I start working on how to improve my business instead of the other goals I have, because they kept coming. So yes, it can help you to for a task you're having, or a study you're having, a quiz or something in your business or in your school. It can help you. It can become a distraction, but you need to do it. You need to meditate on how to improve it, your business, and how to improve your personal life. And it all shrinks down to seeds. What are the seeds I need to plant? And then write them, and okay, go to the next thing, more important thing that you have. So that's my advice. And I think about the next one, the chronic illness, maybe you can help a little bit more with your experience with your mom.
Yeah. So it depends. Of course, there is already very nice advice about the Tonglen meditation. This is something that came to mind when I read your question, Heidi. But sometimes you don't have the strength of doing that. So I would do something very beneficial, like I maybe just sit with like the golden room meditation, right? Where there is whatever being it is in front of you, and you just can open your heart and receive all the good and loving and caring energy from this being. So it depends, yeah. But Tonglen is a very good, if it's possible for you to concentrate on Tonglen, it's very, very beneficial. So what else do we have?
The last one is what meditation makes us enlightened.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Well, I was thinking about seeds. If you want to see yourself, whatever it means, enlightened for you, imagine yourself giving it to others. Whatever it means for you, being enlightened, maybe it can mean just a clear mind, an enlightened mind. I don't know. Imagine yourself giving it to others. Like if they're coming from you, imagine yourself coming out of you, less enlightened people in an enlightened world. And I think that meditation will help you. I don't know what you have to say, Silvia.
Well, one important step in becoming enlightened is the third path, is seeing emptiness directly. And there is this meditation about Chi Chedrak that helps us in to get to this process. Its qualities and characteristics, and if you study the ACI courses, you will know what I'm talking about. I think it's even in course 1, in the first course. So Chi Chedrak is a good way to go up the paths. And I think it's we run out of time. Tim wants to say something.
Ой, забирай уже, лучше бы я ела, забирай.
Please allow me just also a last sentence, a short one this time. So I talked a lot about the scientific benefits of meditation, but our goal is a bigger one, right? We want to help all beings, and we can only do that with a clear mind. And like I said, we have to master the third path, the path of seeing. And that will only work if we do our book. I was able to mention the book twice at least in this talk. Serve our teacher and other beings and meditate. But I think we should have fun with it. So that's from me. Thank you, Alex.
No, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And let's hear Tim. He has something to say to us. Hey, Tim.
Hello. Thank you, Silvia. Thank you, Alex. This is a new series that we started back, well, just in December, with having short, just 1 hour classes to learn about how practitioners, teachers in ACI practice, like how do they actually do it? And it was lovely to hear the two of you share your thoughts and your challenges too, because we learn from the classes, but we learn about how did you make your wife meditate, Alex? That was great, right? How did you trick her into it, right? And, and Silvia, you gave a amazing promo pitch for meditation at the beginning. It's very well done, and I'm going to steal it because we're starting a meditation challenge. If that's why we asked you to teach on meditation today. We're launching our meditation challenge for 2023. We want to reach 10 million minutes of meditation amongst ACI practitioners. Okay, it's a lot of minutes, but there's a lot of you. So the more of you that join, the less minutes you have to meditate. Get it? All right. It's a month. So we just started on Monday, and we're basically using the month of January with some preliminary practices to get started. And then in February, we're actually going to launch on February 4th with our first meditation. We're going to have time tracker in the platform. So you can easily let us know how much you're meditating. And then we're going to be building more features throughout the year, more special programming that we'll tell you about a little bit later. So if you were sold on how to meditate and to all the benefits that both Silvia and Alex mentioned, and there are many, right? I love the one about, I'm not going to get old. My brain will keep working. Like, that's a good one, right? Just for selfish reasons. But, you know, when you look at it for reasons of helping other people, you know, just to have a mind that doesn't age, that doesn't lose its elasticity, its creativity. Like, how many more people can you help, right? You can help through your old age, right? You won't have to lose the mental capacity. So I'd like that, you know, and many, many other benefits. So if you haven't joined yet, the links are appearing in the chat. We're also asking each of you, once you look at all the videos, we're also asking each of you to recruit one person. Find one person who maybe wants to learn to meditate. Maybe there's one person who doesn't know much about ACI. Maybe there's someone who's like, yeah, you know, I want to do something new, and just bring them in. And we're going to be guiding you through the whole year on this. So thank you once again, Silvia. Thank you, Alex, for this wonderful, wonderful class. Please keep teaching. I hope to see both of you again in April, right? For another month-long retreat. Great. And so thank you to the translators. Thank you for arriving early to do my promo videos. That was wonderful. Thank you to the tech team. And Mixed Nuts starts on Friday. Come sit in deep, deep classes. Meditate on amazing ideas. Learn about the ideas that it can help you really change the world. So that starts on Friday. That's the Diamond Cutter Classics Deep Translation Program. All right, cool. Thank you all very much. Once again, Silvia, thank you for joining. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim, team translators. Thank you so much. Tim, hope to see you in April.
Hope so too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.